Welcome to the Abolitionist Round Table with your hosts Del, Phil, and Janice. Come on in and take a seat. You're invited to join the round table. Call 734-822-1600 to get into the conversation. And now, your hosts, Del Marsh, Phil Stargell, and Janice Daniels.
And good morning. This is Phil Stargell of the Abolitionist Round Table. I am sitting and I am very excited to have in the studio with us this morning a well-known to all of our listeners out there for his A Moment of Clarity, heard on WAAM. And it is Pastor Richard Deitering. And good morning, Pastor Rick. How are you this morning?
Oh, I am doing fantastic, and I pray that you are doing as well as I feel this morning.
It is a great privilege to have you in here because I would like to get some of your opinion on the recent events here, the Pope coming to town, and I'm sure Dale would like to hear what Pastor Rick has to say on this.
Before that, you do that, can I just let people know that they can go to our website at artofmichigan.com, and on the side icon, you'll see a icon tune in. So if you have to, go, you have to be on the go, you can click on tune in, and you'll see the Abolitionist Round Table right on TuneIn. And so you can listen live right on TuneIn. Matter of fact, become a subscriber too. And then the next way you can, there's a WAAM banner on the side too. You can click on the WAAM banner and you can listen live. Feel for those who can't listen right now, they have some other things they have to do. They can go to YouTube, put in Abolitionist Round Table of Michigan, and they can listen to. On Monday, this show will be in a breakdown. It's going to break down in all the sections, and you can listen to the whole entire show, Phil, at YouTube. Go to YouTube, put in Abolitionist Round Table of Michigan, and you can listen. Second, then the last thing, we have a petition, Phil, that's on the website, and it's been there. On the side, it's a red logo, Stop the Invasion. Yeah. And we want to click on that and sign that petition. Yes. And then we, of course, we're going again to the Holocaust Memorial Center. We're going to do our 5th annual tour on Friday, November 6th. There's a black icon logo on the side of the website, and you can click on that, print out the flyer, and mail it to the address enclosed. So now we can start the show. I just wanted to get a little, housekeeping out the way.
That was a very, very good and a great way to start the show. And before this show ends, we're going to go through that again, and because this is exciting to know that we are on the YouTube and that you can experience.
Yes, matter of fact, Phil, I went to YouTube and it's the numbers are starting to pick up. We just have to make an announcement a little bit more about this. But so far we have about 260 people have looked at some of the shows since we put that on there. So that's a good number, and again, without people knowing that information, they kind of found it by default. So we want to keep that information out there.
Well, so that's good news, and we're going to continue to bring that information to you as we go on. Pastor Rick, one of the things that a lot of people anticipated the arrival of the Pope. Now, this man is known as the Vicor of Jesus Christ. Am I correct?
Right. That's what the Catholic Church refers to.
And I had an explanation for that. A lot of people don't really know that term, if they're not in the Catholic.
Right.
I knew the term for many years. I sent my kids to Catholic school when they were young, and they matter of fact, they went to the same school at what is it, Hugh Hewitt or what's his name? I think it's Hugh Hewitt. Is that the guy with the white hair?
Oh, yes, that's Hugh Hewitt.
Yes. They went. My kids went to the same school he went in Ohio.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah, nice.
And but as they got progressed into the high school, my son wanted to. You met my son.
Yep.
The audience knows my son.
Yep.
He decided to go into the public school his last year,
Mm-hmm.
and my daughter graduated from Kennedy, from Catholic school. So I've always had a great deal of respect. Never been a practicing Catholic,
Mm-hmm.
but I've had a great deal of respect. For some reason or other, I'm losing a little bit of respect because of the visit to this country that the Pope made. Because what he's proving is that he's no more than a politician, and a politician that is. Seems that his obligation is more to the state than it is to his godly father.
Right.
That's what that's my assessment of it.
Well, I would like to first say, before he went to Congress, I was first of all totally disappointed with his speech to Congress.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, the one he gave to the UN when he started discussing abortion with the UN is what I wish he would have done with Congress.
Mm-hmm.
Before his meeting with Congress, though, he had a sit down with President Obama, and I want to stipulate I don't think any improprieties were there. I can only speak by speculation. At this point, what happened behind closed doors, I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall at that. Mm-hmm. But for him to give the speech that he gave to our Congress tells me that Obama probably says, you want to get something done. These are issues that we can work on and get it done. So he goes in and attacks only these few select issues. Those select issues, immigration. And if you don't mind, I'd like to talk to him these three issues, one at a time, that he talked about, and then that big one that he missed.
Yeah.
The first one he talked about is immigration. And he was basically trying to make the conservatives look like they were against all immigration.
Yes, exactly.
And we all know that's not the case. We are against illegal immigration. In his speech, though, he only referred to immigration. We have to keep open arms to these people. We don't have problems with immigration. Where our problems lie as conservatives, where our problem should lie as Christians, is that they are breaking the law to come over here, and it's the illegal immigration that we have problems with.
And then that in turn causes political figures in this country to break the law, to violate the Constitution. Our elected officials are participating in breaking the law and violating our Constitution.
Well, it does that, but what it also does is I would say it's even a bigger problem. I mean, yes, they're breaking the law, and they ought not be doing it. But the point I want to make on this is, by the way he attacked this, the way he handled immigration, was a point that it made those who were against illegal immigration look like they were villains. You're so against the poor Mexican that's coming over here to look for something better. No, we are not against somebody coming to this country looking for something better. We are against them doing it illegally.
Well, all the statistics also point out that making them better, making a better life for illegals, has made life worse for the legal, the people that were here and that are should be the first concern of all politicians involved. But yet still we see that there are lots of special rights granted to people that are here illegally, and they are ignoring the people that they are charged with, the people that actually put them in the position that they're in today.
Well, and I will say also that his whole stance on immigration is just part of a smaller agenda. If we understand where this Pope came from, he came from a country that was very much communist. He himself is socialist in point of view.
Yes.
And part of his argument for this view on immigration falls underneath what he calls the social gospel. And I've had this discussion with many brothers in Christ who happen to be priests, Catholic priests, over the last couple weeks. And they kept throwing this term at me as social gospel. And I says, well, first of all, let's define what gospel is. And we all can sit there and say that the definition of gospel is given to us in Scripture. It is described by Paul as the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. That is the gospel. So to throw the word of gospel or social in front of it, there is nothing. I mean, one has nothing to do with it. the other. The social gospel has nothing to do with the gospel. What they're saying by social, you might as well just take the gospel out of it because that doesn't apply, and it's just socialism, and that's the point of it. This is something the Catholic Church back in the early 20th century grabbed a hold of when they seen what was happening in areas like Russia in 1914, and communism was becoming strong, and as communism was coming in, it was knocking out religious beliefs. So the Catholic Church jumped on the social bandwagon of saying, no, this is responsibility of government too, basically to protect it was a self-preservation technique at that point. And they have not released or let go of this socialism. Socialism is not found in the gospel as far as the church demanding this of other entities, government entities. The church is responsible for taking care of the poor. This church is responsible for feeding the poor, housing the poor, taking care of the ill and the sick. But the social gospel says, no, it has to go beyond the church. We have to force governments to do this. And this is where it also fits in with immigration. That whole concept of we need to take care of them. When they come over here, they're hurt, they're starved, they need help. We can help them in their own. Matter of fact, we'll be doing them more of a favor of helping them in their own home, in their own land, than we are by allowing them to break the law and come over here.
It was the doctrine that we had with the terrorism. That we wanted to fight the terrorists on their soil, so they didn't bring it here. Now we're bringing them and the terrorism into this country.
Importing them in.
So quickly, what was that that you wanted to say about?
You know what, Derek? Can you, matter of fact, here, let me just set the table. I didn't get a chance. I played the wrong one last week, but Phil, this is very important. We need to understand the president's his position on Islam and why he is bent on just protecting Islam.
Well, the reason why I wanted to,
for his own words, from his own words, Derek, can you play number 2, please?